श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति शांति शांति. So we were discussing the different schools of thought, and finally we said the Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita, and all these other schools, all these people who call themselves Vedantins, they also are a part of the Purvamamsa school. Now, but they accept Bhagavan, they accept Ishvara, they accept God. How can you equate them with Purvamamsaka? Now, the whole discussion is the proper, due to an improper understanding, or there is no understanding itself of what Bhagavan, what Ishvara is. The whole problem is we think we understand Ishvara. The problem is we don't understand Ishvara. See, Vedantins, we are not negating the existence of Ishvara. We are talking about Ishvara in a different plane. That's all. We say there is a statement in Shastra. We say Ishvara anugrahat eva pumsam advaita vasana. Ishvara anugrahat eva pumsam advaita vasana. The thinking, the thought imprints regarding the Advaita. Oh, let me study the Advaita Vedanta. Let me study Advaita. Let me study Vedanta. This thought itself is because of the grace of God. And we also go on to say in same way, Chodamani, he says, in second shloka, Manushyattam Mumukshyatta Mahapurusha Samshrayaha Trayam Yetadurlabham Loke Daivanugraha Hetukam Manushyattam Mumukshyatam Mahapurusha Samshrayaha Trayam Etat Durlabham Loke Daiva Anugraha Hetukam. Daiva Anugraha Hetukam. Daiva Anugraha Hetukam means that which is caused by, that which is gained through the grace of God. Daiva Anugraha means grace of God. What is gained by grace of God? Trimetat, all these three. What are these three? Manushyatam, gaining the human body. Mokshattam, gaining the desire for liberation. Mahapurusha Samshrayaha, association with knowledgeable men, knowledgeable people. All these three are difficult without the grace of God. You have to understand, we accept that. And we even go to this, the stage of saying, Bhaktireva Gariyasi. Bhaktireva Gariyasi. The devotion is the greatest of all the paths. We say that. All the means, not paths, means. Okay. Means for what? For gaining the purity of mind, etc. Now, these lazy fellows who don't want to study Vedanta, who don't want to study, lazy idiots, they choose this God, faith, belief, all these ideas. Lazy fellows. Why am I so strong on them? Because they are lazy. Because of our laziness, we superimpose the idea of ourselves to be, why am I not that big? Am I not a devotee? You have yourself doubt regarding your devotion. Then how can you even talk about yourself as a devotee? Now, oh, but there are so many people who have gained the greatness, the liberation through devotion. Who? Tell me. Oh, in North you can say Mirabai. Very good. You took it. And then in South we have Tyagaraja. There is one Tyagaraja who is accepted to be the three murtis we call it. Three murtis, three pillars of Carnatic music, the music, Indian music, Indian classical music. Three pillars. One among this Tyagaraja. He has composed a great many songs in different meters, different song ragas we call it. And all of them are devotional songs. Have they not? That's another question. Do you even have a devotion like that? Do you have that strong acceptance of Ishvara? Can you accept everything is because of God's will? We don't have. We don't have that kind of devotion. So we should not even compare ourselves with those great people. Even if they are great, even if you gain that greatness to devotion, at one point of time or other, you have to come into this inquiry. There is no escape. We'll come to that. But first, for that, we'll understand what this God we are talking about is. What this God is. Why did He create all this? We have to understand all that. To understand that we don't know what God is actually. First is, okay, God. What do you say? We don't know God. We know God. Okay, what is God? He is the one who created all this, right? Very good. He is the one who created all this. It's a good answer. But is it a correct answer? Not all the good answers need to be correct answers. Just because you said beautifully, it does not mean it is right. Now, God created all this. Why did He create? First question. Because He is alone. He was alone. Before the creation, He was alone. Shruti very clearly says there is nothing other than God. So He was alone. He was bored. Like the kids say, I'm bored. Please take me somewhere. Please do that. Please buy me that chocolate. Please buy me this toy, etc. Like that, Bhagavan is bored. God is bored. Therefore, He decided to create us to relieve Himself of the boredom. Bored God. Can that God be of any use for us? No. Second, God created us for entertainment. Bored, another side of it is entertainment. Leela, they call it in English, in Sanskrit. Leela. It's His play. If He created us for His play, okay, let me accept that at face value, and I'll ask you one question. Will He create us? Does He create us only once, or does He create us multiple times? You understand? Do we have only one birth in that, or do we have multiple births in that? One birth. One birth means there is an issue. There is a defect. The defect is called in Sanskrit as Krita Vipranasha Akrita Abhyagama. Krita means that which you did. Vipranasha. Nasha means destruction. Whatever you did get destroyed, gets destroyed. Akrita means whatever you didn't do. Abhyagama comes to you. Meaning, whatever I have only one birth. So whatever I am going to do in this good birth, good, bad, ugly, whatever kind of karmas I am going to do, that is not going to affect me later, because this is the only birth I am going to have. Okay. And I am having good experience, bad experience because of somebody's karma. It is not my karma. So I am being affected because of the fancy of God by some karma, which is not even, which does not have anything to do with me. So that kind of defective person cannot also be God, because he has two defects. Okay, no. It's multiple births actually. Oh, very good. Come, let's discuss that also. Multiple births. How does He decide you will have again and again? Because of your karma. Oh, very good, very good, very good. That's a good answer. Because of my karma, Bhagavan will. Okay, what will Bhagavan do with me? Oh, if you worship Him, He will help you to get rid of some of the karmas. If you don't worship Him, He will impose some other karmas on you. Now Bhagavan has a love and hate. Love for people, one who worships Him, and hate for people, one who does not worship Him. Can you accept a person, one who has love and hate, as Bhagavan, as God? No. Oh, there is that problem. I didn't see that problem. Okay. Bhagavan does not interfere with your karmas. He lets your karma play. You do good things, you reap good results. You do bad things, you reap bad results. Very good. That is another stupidity of yours. What is the stupidity here? Bhagavan is not interfering in your karma. What is the stupidity here? Yes. Bhagavan is indifferent to you. Bhagavan is indifferent to you. How can you accept someone who is indifferent as God? You understand? So you cannot accept somebody who is bored as God. You cannot accept somebody who is doing things for entertainment as God. You cannot accept one who has love and hate as to be God, and the one who you cannot accept one who has defects as God. Krita Abhyagama and Akrita Abhyagama and Krita Pranasha. Defect as God, and you cannot accept one who is indifferent as God. Okay, so these different situations, and now we first accept that Bhagavan created us. Now when you show all these defects, this, then we need to protect Bhagavan from these defects. Is Bhagavan protecting us, or are we protecting Bhagavan? Is God protecting us, or are we protecting God? No, Bhagavan is not protecting us. God is not protecting us. We are protecting God. That is what religion is. Protecting God. Now, okay, forget about that kind of discussion. I am not interested in that kind of discussion. Oh, sure, okay. Let us go to another stage of discussion. What is that? Okay, how did it create? You said he created. Okay, good. Let us discuss the creation aspect. Okay, when you discuss about creation aspect, you have to understand two things. One is upadana karana. We call it upadana karana. Upadana karana means cause. Okay, upadana means material cause. Upadana karana means material cause. Upadana means material. Upadana karana, material cause. And the second one is nimitta karana. Nimitta karana. Karana means again cause. Nimitta means instrumental. There is material cause, there is instrumental cause. There are two different types of cause. To produce anything, to create anything, you need these two causes, right? Logic. I'm not saying anything else. Logic. This says, that says. No, logic. Simple. Okay, now upadana karana, nimitta karana. Do you understand? Upadana karana is like clay. Nimitta karana is like the potter. Okay, clay, potter. So we have clay. I'm not talking about the clay in your head. I'm talking about clay, the external thing. With that external clay, the potter is making pot. Okay. Why are you discussing all that? Let us ask you a simple question. What is God? Is God upadana karana or nimitta karana? Or simply said, is God the material cause or the instrumental cause? Or simply said, is God the clay or the potter? God is potter. What do you mean, clay? God is potter. Very good. Where did he bring the clay from? Not from his head. Where did he bring the clay from? God brought the clay. He has to bring the clay from someone. So he bought the clay from somebody probably. Because now or earlier, the potters earlier, they used to take their vehicle, their bullock carts to some other village and take the clay from the land. Now, if it belongs to some person, then he has to pay something or something, and he has to buy. Anyway, even now, they have people of taking. They may take one, if they are asked to take one load, they will take probably 2 or 3 loads. That is a different issue. All these politics are there always. Now, he needs to buy it from that person. That is one thing. Or nowadays, the neo potters, the fashionist potters, not the traditional potters we are talking about, the fashion potters, they do it, they have the small wheel with a machine, and they do it in the home. And if they, while making pot, if it becomes like some strange form, they'll cook that strange form also and make it a fashion pot. They didn't cook it properly, they didn't do it properly. That is what it is all about. But all these fashionistas, they have this pottery skill. Anyway, so God also has to buy this. Like these fashion potters, what do? They order it online from Amazon. You get clay. Okay, so they buy clay from someone. Similarly, this God should buy clay from someone. Who is that? Who is providing him with the clay? Now that seller is the fellow who is higher than God, because Demand supply. You want, then I will give. How much you want? Then my rate is this. So he can increase the rate and make God suffer. A. B. What is that which the God will give him as payment? Where did he get that? Because like clay, he need, if you say gold, then he needs gold from somebody. So that is also an issue. Okay, let us take it as face value. Then again, he cannot buy the clay from another person who has his whims and fancies. So that's a problem. He cannot be, a weak person cannot be God. A person who is dependent on someone else cannot be God. Okay. No. God is the one who sells the clay. Very good. Again, without thinking, you said God is the one who sells the clay. It means now the potter, you may have clay. If it is that I don't want to do anything because demand and supply. I say I don't want to demand anything. You want your product, give me clay. I don't want to create anything. If God decides like that or things like that, then again there is a problem. So God is the other person decides something like that, then he is a God actually, right? Because he decides, I don't want to create. So God has to beg him, please buy, have this product, please buy. So how can that be God? No. So he cannot be the material cost. Again, material cost, order of not material cost itself. Then there is another bigger problem. Okay, that is why we Vedantins accept God as Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karana, the cause which is both instrumental and God is both instrumental and material cause. Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karana. People don't understand what Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karana is. The Vedantins, many Vedantins don't understand that. So for them, we'll discuss about Vedantic scope, but for those idiots who don't understand, for them, what is that idea? What is the flaw in that idea? We have to understand. Okay. Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karana means God himself is the material cause and the instrumental cause. He is not dependent upon someone. So there is no issue. Very good. He is the God. Very good. I love that. Now, how does God create everything? Oh, there is Purusha Sukta. Pado asya vishpa bhutani tripadasya divi. Purusha Sukta says, Pado asya vishpa bhutani. The whole creation is one pada. Pada is leg. Pada is also quarter. Okay, quarter. So the whole creation is one quarter, and the tripadasya divi, 3/4 he resides in his blissful self. Very good. Though it is a beautiful mantra of Purusha Sukta, there is a problem. What is the problem? Okay, whether God transform, how does he create? If he is creating, like I have my hand stretched and I make the fist, stretched fist. I can do whatever like that with my hand, legs, etc. Now, if God is going to create from himself, then he is not going to cut his part and he's not going to make it. He is not going to do anything like that. If he's going to do anything like that, or if he's going to make this one portion as the creation, meaning he is transforming one portion, whether it is a 10%, 25%, 50%, 99.99%, I don't care. The problem is one and the same. If he is going to transform himself into the creation, then a person who undergoes transformation means he is non-eternal. Whatever undergoes transformation cannot be eternal. Therefore, God will become non-eternal, and no philosophy, no religion can accept God to be non-eternal. So there is a problem. I didn't see that. Okay, see. Let me explain this. It is not 25%, 50%, 99.9%. It is 100%. 100% he transforms. There are two problems for you. One is God undergoes transformation, therefore he is no God. Second thing, Where is God now? Meaning, clay transformed into pot. There is no clay. You cannot call it clay now. It is only pot now. So God transformed himself into the creation. There is no God left over here. So there are these kind of issues when accepting God. So you have to be clear and you have to have clear understanding what kind of God you are accepting. Because without understanding, we are not negating the existence of God or anything. Because I always say mantra japa is very important. You cannot give up mantra japa. You have to do mantra japa as much as possible. Because mantra japa purifies your mind. Purification of mind and focus of mind is very necessary if you want to study Vedanta. If you don't have focus of mind, you will be sitting in the class and you will be thinking something else. Your mind will be wandering somewhere. So you will not be listening to the rest. So that you have to have focus of mind. For that, mantra is important. And purity of heart. Only if you have purity of heart, I tell you again and again and again and again, without any laziness, I keep repeating this. Any fatigue, I keep repeating this. That with the purity of mind you gain does not bring you to Shastra. It is not useful even as a tongue cleaner. At least a tongue cleaner is useful in cleaning your tongue. This purity of mind is not useful for anything if you are not brought to Shastra by that. So you have to completely come to the Shastra. Once you have the purity of mind, there is no choice for you. Okay. So we said bhakti and all that. What is bhakti? In Vek Chudamani, Bhagavan Bhashyakara very beautifully says, Atma anusandhanam eva bhaktiritya vidhiyate. Atma anusandhanam eva bhaktihi iti abhijiyate. Bhakti, it is said. What is bhakti? It is said. Only the meditation on the self is called as bhakti. Only the meditation on the self. Meditation on the self means inquiry into the self is called as bhakti. Atma anusandhanam. Inquiry into the self is what is called as bhakti. That is what he says. And that is what is the truth. Inquiry into the self. Why do you need inquiry? Why can't we just be a bhakta, devotee? Simple. We say a story. This is a story which happened in Maharashtra. It happened. It is not a story. It is a history. So there is this devotee who's a great friend of Krishna. Like we already saw, if you have a vision of a God, then you still are left with sorrow because the God disappears and you will have sorrow and all that. For this devotee, the God does not disappear. He is always there with him. He is always there. He plays with them. He sits with them and all that. Everything. Now, when a person from here, from same Maharashtra, he comes. He is a great devotee in the sense he is a potter. Okay, he's a potter, same potter. He's a potter actually. He comes to this temple, and where this young boy is sitting, who is a great friend of Krishna, who is playing with Krishna kind of, who always has Krishna by his side. So Krishna in the name of Vithala, okay, Vitthal. Now, whatever it may be, it's Krishna basically. So this potter saint, he is a saint also. So he comes there. When he comes there, all the other people, the devotees, they want to see how good they are, how processed they are, how advanced they are in their devotion. So they request this potter saint to help them out. See, the potters have a stick like this. Okay, so if you hit the pot with your finger, it should make a nice sound. Something like that. There is a crack or it's not properly cooked. Talk talk. There is no sound. Ting ting. There is a proper sound. So that means that proper is properly cooked. Okay. So they have this small stick with which they will hit the pot. They will understand. So he has this small stick with him, and playfully he goes to each one and hits in their head and tells, oh, this is almost cooked. Oh, this is partially cooked. This is uncooked, etc. He is going to each one of them and he tells. When the turn comes to this devotee, the friend of Krishna, says, no, not me. Who are you? How dare you? How dare you? Like Greta Thunberg. No? How dare you? You don't have any rights for that. You can't do that. Okay. So immediately the potter saint, he proclaims, this pot is a raw pot. This pot is a raw pot, completely uncooked. It is not even worth cooking. The devotee becomes very angry. He asks Krishna, who is sitting next by, what is this fellow saying? I am your friend. You are not even coming to support me. What is this? Krishna says, okay, it's better. This question is, I'm your friend. I'm not your guru. So it is better you ask your guru this question. Who is my guru? Go to this forest where your guru is there. You will find him. This is the location. He shares the location, and in Google Maps, he comes to this person. You have arrived at your destination, Google Maps says, and he sees this fellow and he has doubts. Sometimes we also doubt Google Maps, right? Sometimes it takes us to some other place, which is not our destination. So he is doubting. Why is he doubting? Because this saint, this guru, whom Krishna sent to, he is lying underneath a tree with his leg up on a Shivalinga. A Shivalinga, a deity's image. Now, he has his doubt. Is this the person? How can? Or did this pointer do something, some mistake or something? At that point of time, when he was thinking about like that, this old saint, this guru, he is like, oh, did Vithala send you? Come. Oh, this fellow knows. Oh, therefore, they have some connection, Wi-Fi connection, something. Okay, right. So he comes to this fellow and this Guruji, and now he is now Guru. So, okay. So he has to show his respect. He says, Guruji, there is a small problem. What is the problem? You are laying on the ground, that is okay, but your legs are kept on the deity's image. Oh, I'm old. I am incapable of seeing things and understanding things. So, and I'm incapable of moving my legs freely. So, why don't you put my leg where there is no Shivalinga? So, with respect, he takes his leg and places it somewhere. Wherever he places the leg, there this Shivalinga appears as footrest. Now, this devotee disciple understands this is not a small, simple person. He is a very great person. So, he stays with him and studies Vedanta. When Krishna learns that his friend has come back, he comes to his window and says, like we used to call our friends, like that. He tries to call him. He says, okay, you and I are not different. I have some other job to do, so go and see someone else. So the thing is, even for that kind of great disciple, inquiry is important. That is why Bhagavad Gita was taught to Arjuna, even though Arjuna was a great disciple, not great disciple, great friend. He was with Krishna all throughout his life. You have to understand those things. You cannot be great devotee other better than Arjuna. No. Faith, all the stupidity, don't sell this to me. So, we have to understand inquiry is the only way, Vedanta is the only way. For that, we need to understand our stupidity. That is why we have to explain all this about Ishvara, etc. Okay, so slowly, this is how we understand. We debunk all our ideas to properly enter the Vedanta. Okay, we'll see what next. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.